There are places in this world that time has forgotten, yet they remember everything. A quiet church, closed for half a century, stands as a sentinel to stories untold. It whispers of lives lived, hopes held, and faith deeply rooted. It is a place where echoes linger, not just of voices, but of intentions, of prayers, of a collective memory suspended. Step softly into this moment with me. Here, in the heart of what was once a vibrant community, one object remains, a testament to a story that should never have been left behind. It's as if time itself pressed pause, eager for someone to listen. This sacred space was built generations ago, in the early years of the last century. It was more than stone and glass. It was a beacon, a promise of solace and belonging. For immigrant families, arriving with little more than courage and their cherished beliefs, this church became their anchor. It was a haven where their language, their traditions, and their God found a welcoming home. Its Gothic arches reached skyward, designed to uplift spirits and inspire awe. Stained glass windows, vibrant tapestries of light, illustrated stories of faith for those who perhaps couldn't read the words. The air within these walls once carried the faint, sweet scent of incense, mingling with the warmth of countless candles. The harmonious chime of bells called everyone to Sunday rituals, marking the rhythm of their weeks and their lives. This community was bound not only by shared prayer, but by the common threads of hardship and hope. Their faith was a unifying force, a sturdy vessel carrying them through the storms of a new world. Each brick, each carved detail speaks of the hands that built it, the dreams it held, and the enduring spirit of those who sought comfort within its embrace. It was a testament to their unwavering belief. Come closer now and observe the silent witnesses that remain. Each forgotten item holds a sliver of history, a whisper of a life once lived within these walls. On the altar, a Bible lies open, its spine cracked, its brittle pages yellowed with age. It rests on a passage now forgotten by human minds, but its countless prayers, its solemn promises still resonate in the stillness. Perhaps it was turned to a psalm of comfort or a passage on hope, offering guidance to someone in distress. The indentation of countless thumbs on its edges speaks of diligent study, fervent devotion. Tangled rosaries hang delicately on statues, draped over the backs of pews, or hooked on small rusty nails. They are like forgotten memories, each bead a whispered petition, a silent meditation. Whose fingers last traced these beads? What worries did they carry? What gratitude did they express? What solace did they seek in the rhythm of prayer? Each knot, each worn smooth bead tells a story. In the quiet confines of the confessional, a priest's stole remains, faded velvet, its rich embroidery dulled by time. It is a silent witness, a recipient of countless secrets, burdens, and quiet confessions. The weighty silence of that small space seems to hold every whispered sin, every plea for forgiveness, every vulnerable admission. It absorbs the essence of humanity's struggles and desires for redemption. Nearby, melted votive candles stand like miniature sculptures, their hardened wax preserving the imprints of handwritten prayers or heartfelt wishes. Each fragile offering once glowed with hope. Someone knelt here, their face illuminated by a flickering flame, pouring out their heart to a higher power. What fears did they banish? What blessings did they ask for? What sorrows did they lay bare? Chipped statues of saints, their faces weathered and worn, gaze solidly across the empty nave. They stand as enduring symbols of faith, their stone eyes holding centuries of devotion. Their once vibrant paint has flaked, revealing the starkness beneath, yet their presence remains. They are guardians of this quiet sanctuary, patiently waiting for recognition. Above, the bell tower stands in solemn silence. Its bells, once so resonant and clear, are now forever stilled. They are a promise unfulfilled, a voice that has been lost to the passing decades. No longer do they peal across the fields, signaling Sunday, calling the faithful, or marking significant moments. Their silence is a profound absence, a void where sound once reigned. Yet, tucked away in a sacristy cupboard, an untarnished silver chalice gleams faintly in the dim light. It is a vessel of sacred secrets, still possessing a quiet dignity, awaiting communion. It reflects the lingering light, a symbol of enduring holiness amidst decay. It asks to be remembered, to be cherished, a sacred object waiting to fulfill its purpose once more. These objects are more than mere relics. They are storytellers. They offer glimpses into lives, into beliefs, into moments of profound spiritual connection. Their narratives are mysterious, reverent, and ultimately unresolved, much like life itself. As we wander through these hushed spaces, a pressing question arises, a quiet mystery that begs for resolution. Why were these personal, sacred objects left behind? Why were they abandoned to the dust and the quiet? These weren't forgotten tools or discarded furniture. These were items imbued with deep personal meaning, touched by faith, by tears, by hopeful prayers. Their abandonment speaks of a sudden departure, or perhaps a gradual, sorrowful letting go. And there is another mystery woven into the very fabric of this silence. The bell that never rang on the final Sunday. What kept it silent on that last momentous day? Did the last parishioners leave in such haste that the final chime was overlooked? Or was its silence a deliberate act, a poignant final statement in a disappearing era? Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the dust motes dancing in the sunbeams that pierce the aged windows. Each tiny speck, a particle of the past, illuminated for a fleeting moment. Imagine the gentle creaking of the old wooden pews, now amplifying the profound silence of the empty space. Once, they groaned under the weight of worshipers, their sounds blending with hymns and prayers. Feel, if you can, the cold stone beneath your fingertips, smooth and ancient. It holds the chill of decades, a quiet witness to both warmth and sorrow. Picture the faded ink on the brittle pages of hymnals, the words still legible yet distant, as if waiting for a choir to give them voice again. Each faded script is a testament to devotion. Breathe in the still air, heavy with the scent of absence, of dried wood and lingering holiness. It's a perfume of memory, of what once was and now is no more. And listen, if you can, to the distant wind whistling softly through unseen cracks. It sounds like a sigh from the past, a lament for the vibrant life that once filled these hollowed halls. This isn't a story of sudden disaster, of fire or flood. This church didn't fall to a dramatic event. Its closure was a quiet decline, a slow fading away, like an old photograph losing its color. Factories that once hummed with life in the nearby town began to close their doors one by one. The jobs disappeared, and with them, the young families seeking new opportunities, new futures elsewhere. The vibrancy of the community slowly ebbed. Children who once played in the churchyard grew up and moved away, not returning to the quiet streets of their childhood. Attendance at Mass dwindled week after week. The robust voices that once filled the nave with song and prayer grew fewer, softer, until they became only whispers. Eventually, the whispers faded into silence. The lights were turned off, the doors locked, not with a bang, but with a quiet, sorrowful click. A community and its spiritual heart simply diffused. It was not a collapse, but an unraveling, a gentle untying of threads that had bound people together for generations. The closure wasn't an end, but a quiet dispersal of a living legacy. This abandoned church, these forgotten objects, they remind us of so much. They speak to us of faith, not just in a divine presence, but in the power of community, in the enduring strength of shared belief. They are keepers of memory, not just of events, but of the emotions, the hopes, and the dreams that animated a generation. They ask us to remember, to honor, to carry forward the echoes of their existence. The stories embedded in these walls, in these sacred objects, are not just about a building. They are about people. They are about the enduring human need for connection, for purpose, for something greater than ourselves. Perhaps, in listening to these whispers, we find a piece of our own past, our own forgotten stories, our own quiet moments of reflection. This is not just a place, but a mirror to our own history. Let us remember together the power of faith, the beauty of shared community, and the silent strength that resides in places and objects that time has left behind. Thank you for sharing this quiet journey.